Gormanston was a mining town buried in the mountains of Tasmania's wild west coast. It was once home to 2,000 people, a courthouse, a jail, a school, and 8 pubs. But the town's population began to dwindle in the 1920s after the nearby iron blow mine was phased out.
The road here in the corner was the last hotel in Gormanston to shut down the Mount Lion.
Ralph Burns is one of the oldest original residents.
When you look around and remember where buildings used to be, and there's nothing there now, it's overgrown, it's certainly different. It's a bit sad in a way, but it's a shame it's been let go the way it's been let go.
Gormanston is not the only ghost town in the area whose fate has rested on the success of a single industry. Historian Michael Holmes says nearly 70 towns have disappeared from Tasmania's west coast since European settlement.
The primary reason is they run out of resource, particularly in mining, and changes in technology like cars replaced horses. Telephone and internet has changed dramatically, the circumstances, and they've finished building the railway or they've finished building the dam.
At the time of Federation in the 1890s and in the 1910s, mining was one of the most important activities in Tasmania, and although we don't have accurate figures, it probably accounted for well over 10% of Tasmania's economy. Today, however, mining accounts for barely 4% of Tasmania's economy. It's still the mainstay of the West Coast, of course, but it's not as big on the West Coast as it used to be.
While Gormanston died at the whim of big business, something different killed Burn Bradford's village. The thriving sawmill town of Princess River was built around the production of rare Tasmanian timbers, Huon pine, myrtle, sassafras and king billy.
The chap from the land department rang me this day and said, Mr. Bradshaw, we have to inform you that you have to leave. And I said, I can't afford to leave. They said, you have to leave, it's going to be flooded.
But by the early 1990s, the small village was under what became Lake Burberry, drowned to make way for a new venture, hydroelectricity.
The houses and the mill and everything like that was had to be abandoned. Pulled most of the houses down and, there was 80-odd truckloads of stuff come into here from Princess when we moved.
Of the many industry towns that have lived and died, at least 2 of them, Strahan and Queenstown, reinvented themselves as tourist destinations.
Other towns which don't have Strahan's natural attractions and advantages would probably find it much more difficult to do that. But the fact that towns rise and fall, that are born and then die because their existence is dependent on a single commodity or a single mine, is something that's been characteristic of human history down the ages. I think the lesson is that towns and communities need to try, if they can, to have more than one string to their bow.